This is a video of how to set up the Zilog ZNEO 3-phase brushless DC motor control demo and controlling it with the iPad. The motor is connected such that it's white, blue, and green in that order. In the back of the case, you see the connection for the AC cable, and you plug it in. And then here, you see the switch for turning it on. And once you do that, you see that there's a blue light on, the power LED is on, the green light on the Ethernet connector is on, there's the IP address on the LCD display, the motor control board will have a green LED on, and this LED, green LED, may turn on if the motor is on. If the motor is off, it will be like this, not turned on. So if you turn on the motor, you see the green LED come on. If you turn it off, then you don't. On, off. The switch here, and now you see the motor turning on. Okay, and you can see words written on there. Now, this switch is for direction, so we'll flip it the opposite way, and then you see that the motor is now turning the other way, and the words on the motor is reversed. This button here, actually it's not a button, it's a potentiometer, is to control the speed of the motor. If you turn it clockwise, it will speed up the motor, and counterclockwise to slow it down. And I'll show you. You can hear the noise as the motor speeds up. And then if I turn it counterclockwise, it will slow down. Okay, let's say I speed it up again. And let's say I go to directions and switch directions. See? You can hear it change. Switch it again. And if you want to turn it off, you could just stop it. Make sure that when you power down the demo that you always switch off the motor. So let's say you want to turn it off. It turns off. Turn it back on. I usually like to lower the speed and then turn off the motor. So everything appears to be working. So now we'll set up the iPad. To check the setup for the iPad, you hit Settings. You go to Wi-Fi, which we're there. You select Demo Case, and Demo Case should be checked, and it is. And you want to make sure that the IP address matches what is displayed in the LCD display on the web server. Okay, everything's the same except for the last number. It can be anything except it cannot be the same number as on the web server display. So the web server display shows a 20, so we'll just put a 30 here instead. Or it could be 24 or whatever, but as long as it's not 20, it's okay. And so as long as it's set up like this, then that's fine. So then we'll just get out. Okay. So make sure Demo Case is checked off again. And then we'll just go back to the next page and we'll hit the apps. And here we are at the apps. So to get started, you have to hit the reset button, which is the one on the left on the web server board, and then you wait 20 seconds. Okay, let's say that we have waited 20 seconds, and now it's very important because it allows time for the iPad to link up with the web server. So now we'll hit the remote control, and when you do that, you see that this yellow LED is lit. If you look here, you'll see that there's a start switch, so we hit start, and now you can hear the motor start up, and the motor's running. If we hit stop, then the motor turns off. Let's say that we hit start again. As you can hear the motor run. And there's a direction switch. So let's see which way does it go. It may be going this direction, so we'll hit this way. Okay, so now it has changed directions. Let's see if we can watch that. Okay. Let's say that if we want to increase the motor the motor speed, we just set the bar to halfway, and we'll hit the potentiometer here, and then you can hear it run faster. So you can see that it's running much faster now. Let's say we want to hit the max, and then we hit the potentiometer, and I can really hear it going. Let's say we want to slow it down all the way. I'll hit that. And now you can see that it's slowing down. Let's say that if we want to stop it, we stop it. The motor stopped. Nothing's turning here, see? And you see that the green LED is off, but the yellow LED is on. Now, if you were to set this up, and after you hit remote button, and the yellow LED does not turn on, that means that the iPad is not talking to the web server and it's not controlling the motor control demo. So it's very important that this yellow button is on if you want to control it with the iPad. Now, if you were to select hardware, control by hardware, then when you come back, you see that the LED is off. And if I were to hit the start button, nothing happens. But if I were to go to the switch here and switch it, you see that the green LED comes on. And this is how you control the ZNEO Motor Control Demo using the iPad. So this concludes our demonstration with the iPad and the motor control demo.